forever, ever, forever, forever.
Hey, yeah, fresh out the fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Blap, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, more PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off these.
Now, from the home of the Raiders, since 2020, we're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The playoffs have arrived. It is the start of Super Wild Card Weekend, and off we go here on this Saturday. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Divine Diablo there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9. Richardson gonna look to throw. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he's gonna give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Penix on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They get the conversion on 3rd and inches. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down. They'll run here. It's Pollard. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. Moore going in motion. Penix now off the bootleg. That one taken in. Rondale Moore. Touchdown Vegas.
And it's just so hard to play defense down this close to your own goal line. Of course, you have to be prepared for any sort of goal line run. But then these play-action passes down here are just so hard to account for everybody, and it's simply an easy pitch and catch, and results in a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They go right back to Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Richardson to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Mike, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll take this forward to the 26. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Penix. He gets this one to Tucker. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Vegas.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They face second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
First and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. One quarter in the books in round one of these AFC playoffs. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. Richardson to throw here on first and 10. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's second and 3 to go. From the gun, Richardson. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll come up to third and 3. Downs goes in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Taking, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Putting the tight end in motion. Play action. It's Penix. He'll push this one downfield for Bauer. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 31 yards. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A quick throw right side. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
On the give, it's Pollard. And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that. 2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. They're going to go play action with Penix. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On third down, Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Raiders will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And that one will not be returned over the back line of the end zone, so the offense will get the ball at a decent spot, the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. They get 19 on that pass play. 1st down, Indianapolis.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So, big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Second down and 3. To throw, it's Richardson. Off he goes. Richardson gonna hit the deck here, but not before he picks up a 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Timeout, Indianapolis. Indianapolis. That is their second. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. In motion comes Pittman. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That one complete to Pierce. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That is incomplete. They tried to take a shot there, use a little trickery, but the defense was all over it, and it brings up 3rd down. Man in motion here is Tucker. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. This is away, and it's a very good kick. Angled toward the sideline.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the AFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando. We'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, second half drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game.
Recovered by the receiving team.
First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
That one caught by Tucker. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Moore going in motion. Now Penix to throw on second down. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is third and a yard. In motion is Myers. On third and 1, here's Penix. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
When you decide to throw the ball on third and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third and goal, it's Penix. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And his defense going to get to him at the 3-yard line, bringing up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, He's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Throwing on second down, Richardson. He'll get that to his tight end. That's Jelani Woods. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Colts first down.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Jonathan Taylor, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Throwing, Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. The Colts are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Matt Gay on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Colts are on the board. It's now 13-7. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this AFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Pollard. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On the ground, here's Zamir White. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. That one to the sideline is over everybody, but now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. His defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Completing this one to Downs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And some good running there. That's a 1st down up to the 43.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go again here with Taylor. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
A second down throw for Richardson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
From the gun, Richardson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Here's a 3rd and 10. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, Penix. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion is Myers. On 2nd down, Penix. He's got it downfield. Myers the connection. And he will go all the way. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. Penix going to throw again. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Richardson gonna look to throw. pass right side to down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch-and-catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Here's a deep shot for Pierce. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Moore going in motion. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Third and 2, and panics. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. The Raiders send their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one.